Because if we think we know it all, then why do we need anybody else, including God? The ninth lesson, or the ninth rule for living a good, natural life, is to assume that the person you are listening to knows something that you don't. Now, I find this one almost impossible to practice. Because, like everybody else, I naturally think I'm the smartest person in the room. And that hubris, that sense of pride, is in all of us. The fact that you are challenging some of what I'm saying now is precisely the reason why this rule exists. But in allowing ourselves and creating a mindset that says, I might not know everything, and this person that's talking might know something that I don't, seeds the essential amount of doubt in our life that is necessary to combat and to change our world. To allow ourselves the humility to say that while I think all of this makes sense to me, I might still be wrong. And when we come to put that into a concept of faith, well, faith is nothing but the conquering of doubt. But we have to allow that doubt to exist, because there is no faith in heaven. We will know for sure. And therefore, while we live on this earth, there is always a little bit of doubt. Otherwise, what's the point of having the grace of faith? And that means that things that we think are sure and certain can always be open to challenge. Not infinite challenge, not infinite regression, not the critical method of tearing everything down for the sake of tearing it down like the empiricalists and the rationalists have done post-Enlightenment. But to allow enough wiggle room to expand our own understanding. Because if we think we know it all, then why do we need anybody else, including God? If we don't need the light of revelation within us in some capacity, either through the church or through our own intellectual endeavours, what's the point of living? You would be admitting that you are perfect already. And no matter how much you know, and this is an aspect that I don't think Dr. Peterson has considered in this ninth lesson, or ninth rule, no matter how much you know, knowledge isn't the same thing as wisdom. They're different. You can know all sorts of things and be able to put none of it into practice. And therefore, what's the point of knowing it? I remember once we were receiving a lecture from a very eminent historian who said that specialization in academia means you know more and more about less and less. So as Catholics, we want to take that universal view. We want to look at everything in a 360-degree manner. We want to be able to look at the various aspects of history and science and literature, not just from a Catholic perspective, but how the other person would see it, because we need to be able to integrate and inculcate our ideas in them, and therefore we need to know from where they stand.